Today we are ranking all of the Premier League home kits for the upcoming season. We're going to go through alphabetically and I'm going to give a rating out of 10 to see what I think. I'm interested in all of your thoughts, so please let me know in the comments which is your favourite kit and which is your least favourite. And if you want to see more of this kind of content but in short form, then you can go and follow my brand new TikTok page, where I also do little live updates of transfer news and updates that are coming out all the time. But without further ado, let's get into it. Bournemouth, I'm going to give a 4 out of 10. I'm just not a massive fan of this one. I feel like they have some okay ideas going on with like the lightning kind of effect. Black and red can work in kits as well, but something about it, it's just off. Like the fact that there's nothing going on the sleeves other than a little rim around the bottom, nothing going on with the collar, and just the main colours of the logo or of the sponsor. It doesn't quite click for me, and I just don't really like this one, unfortunately. Arsenal are going to give 8.5 out of 10. I love Arsenal kits, and they feel like they just come out with bangers season after season. Very, very clean every single year, and we'll get into their other kits in the other videos that we have upcoming. We're going to do away kits and third kits. But this one, obviously, we all know the Arsenal colour scheme, red and white for the home shirts. I like the split between the sleeves and the main red on the shirt. The fact that the Emirates, the Adidas, and the Arsenal badge are all in uniform colours makes a lot of sense. The stripes on top for Adidas, of course, but then they have this little lightning effect going down the collar as well. I really like this kit. I think it looks clean. Even like just the little red underbit here on the sleeves. I think this is a really nice kit. Aston Villa, I'm going to give a 5 out of 10. It's just a little bit basic for me. I know that they've got like these chevron bits going down in the middle here, but the main sponsor of Kazoo is just a bit too big. There's nothing going on in the arms, like there's no rim at the bottom or stripes or anything. The collar's got this little tiny trim, which I like, but I still prefer a proper collar on a shirt. So I'm just... it's not the one for me. Brentford, I'll give 4.5 out of 10. Just don't really like it. I know that some people will, but again, the horizontal stripes on the collar, then the vertical ones, then the sleeve ones are all separated and different. The sleeve sponsor just doesn't fit with the color scheme. The main sponsor that they have with the weird white outline drop shadow glow thing, it doesn't really work. I feel like it could be so clean with what they have to work with, but they just haven't got it right for me. Brighton, I'm going to give a 4 out of 10. Now, this is a tricky one for me. It's either a 7 or a 4, and I can't quite decide, so I'm going to go the lower end. It just feels like the idea that they've got is really good, but in some of the angles, it looks so much worse than others, and so I can't justify taking it to the higher end of the scale. I don't know if it's supposed to be an H for like Hove Albion down the middle, but it's a nice touch if it is. I do like the sort of yellow gold strip going down the middle. That's quite cool, but I feel like the arms is kind of where it's a little bit ruined for me. Maybe even the Nike logo, if that was blue to go with the American Express and the badge and the rest of the main part of the strip, I feel like that would fit a little bit better, and then you have your yellow on the trims. But, I don't know, just seeing Welbeck there, there's something about specifically Welbeck in this photo that I really don't like about the kit. And so, maybe if he wasn't in there, I'd rank it higher, but I'm going with that for them. Chelsea, just like their main sponsor, 3. It's just a bit boring, isn't it? It's super, super plain. There's nothing going on the sleeves. There's not even a trim on the arms. The collar's got a tiny little bit going on, or just a little bit of a trim round there, but it's about as basic as you could get, and it's just boring. For a team that's had some really, really nice like royal blue kits in the past that have been very, very good, this just feels like it's a lazy effort. And the 3 is so big! I don't like that. It takes up way too much real estate on the shirt. I'm not a fan. Palace, I'm giving an 8 out of 10. I really like this one, and there's a couple of reasons why. I feel like this is the kind of thing that Bournemouth thought they might be going for, but this sort of scribble design that they've got that sort of blends the stripes together is really, really nice, but the fact that they've got this strip in the collar, not just of the white, but then the red and the blue up there as well, and the same on the bottom of the arms, the sleeves, is really, really nice. But one big thing that you'll notice a trend when we go through this, everything is colour coordinated. Cinch, whatever their sponsor is, the Premier League badge, the Palace badge, the other sleeve sponsor, it's all block white. And it just makes everything look a lot more uniform. So you combine that with the cool design and the trims that they've got as well. I really like this. I think Palace have smashed it. Everton, I'll give a 4.5 out of 10. Because unlike Chelsea, at least they've tried to do a little something. They've got these white patches going down the sides, a little bit on the shoulders here. They've got the white trim at the top. And even the weird sort of, I don't know, modular pattern going down behind the main sponsor of Steak. And I feel like Steak sort of fits the kit. Maybe it could be a little bit smaller, but it doesn't look too out of place here. Hummel's looking okay, again, colour coordinated. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Fulham, I'll give a 5.5 out of 10. Partial colour coordination, but they've got this collar that's got this weird wavy pattern in a different colour that is a little bit bizarre, to be honest with you. But they've got the stripes and everything like that. Everything else is black, with the logo of the W88 being a little bit lighter, but it has to be because of how it works. It's an okay kit. I think it could be a little bit better, but I'm going to give it that solid middle ground. Leeds, I'll give a 6 out of 10. And it's because it's a bit of an improvement from the Fulham one for me. I do like the general colour scheme a little bit better, but it just isn't quite there. It's a better colour scheme, but it's not a great one. Like, Arsenal's is a really, really nice one, and there's some others coming up that are really good as well. The sponsors and everything like that kind of work. However, the left side of their main sponsor obviously has a bit of a different colour. And I know not all of these can be blocked out in colour, which is the way that I like it. That's just how it works. But these are my opinions. That's why I asked for your opinions as well. And so it's okay. It just seems a little bit off, though, from what I would expect from a Leeds kit. And I'm not entirely sure what it is that's doing that, but I feel like they've had better. My own team, Leicester, I'll give a 7 out of 10. And we are so close to having a 9 out of 10 here. But as from my previous comments, you can probably tell what my problem is going to be here. I absolutely, like I said earlier, love a collar on a shirt. It's not a full proper one, but I really do like this. I love the stripes here, and I feel like we actually have a really good sleeve shirt sponsor. I feel like it mixes in well, especially with it being a block colour. We also have the trims on the edge or the bottom of the sleeves as well, and I feel like it's really nice. It would still be better, I think, with the King Power rather than FBS, but that's just a sponsor thing. However, the thing stopping it from being a 9, these right here. I don't understand why they're gold. Fair enough, if these are gold and we have maybe like a gold trim going around the arm or around the collar, but why just these? It's really bizarre. I think if these were their normal colours and just blocked out white, I think this would be a beautiful kit. I still really like it. It's just I can't absolutely love it. Otherwise, it'd be up there with one of my favourite home shirts that we've had, to be honest with you. But it's nice for a bit of prestige, the gold, but it ruins the colour scheme a little bit, so I have to bring it down from being an absolute bombshell to just pretty damn nice. Liverpool, I'm going to go with a 5. Just a bit boring, isn't it? A bit like Chelsea. This could very easily be a training top rather than actual match shirt. Again, I'm not really a fan of team shirts that don't have some kind of thing going on with the collar, with the bottom of the shirt sleeves and everything like that. Obviously, they're colour coordinated with the white and the red, and they've got this weird pattern thing going on all over the shirt, which is what bumps it up from like a Chelsea level 3, but it's still not great, is it? Man City, I'll give a 6.5 out of 10. One thing I love about City's kit is the fact that it's centralised and it makes it stand out, so it's its own thing. But I just feel like something feels a little bit wrong about it. Whether like the Puma's a little bit too close to the City badge, like why is it closer to the badge than it is to the other sponsor? Why is it not centralised? I don't know. The sleeves have this like burgundy, reddy. and white trim around them, as does the main collar. Something just isn't quite hitting the mark. I don't know whether it's that they need a collar where they need a slight separation on the sleeves. I'm not too sure, but it just looks baggy on these players, I think is one way to describe it. And I don't know, it's just not quite there. Man United, I'm going to give a 7.5 out of 10. And there's a couple of reasons why it isn't higher. Because the concept of the kit is really nice. At first, I wasn't really sure about having, like, the shield around the United badge, but it does actually look okay. My problem is the fact that you have that, which is separate to the team viewer, which is just blank white, and then you have the Adidas, which is white but has a black outer glow drop shadow. And then the sleeves and the shoulders have black stripes rather than white stripes. Nothing really matches here. Again, the concept, it's really clean. And these like triangle patterns that they have on the collar, and the fact they have a collar in the first place, I really like it. I just wish that the colour scheme was a bit better, and this would be up there, 9 minimum, if everything matched, but maybe it's just OCD, I'm not too sure. Newcastle, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, whilst they don't have a collar or anything like that, I feel like it's a nice kit. And interestingly, even though the Castore and the Fud 8 are not the same colour as the rest of the kit, I feel like on this one it actually kind of works. The sleeve pattern with the stripes going down, linking into the main striped pattern, I feel works a lot better than, for example, Brentford's, which just seems completely separate. The little trim around the collar and the bottom of the sleeves I really like as well. And they also, by changing their kit this year, have got rid of the number 4 that was so prominent on the previous kit that I could not stop seeing throughout the entire season. So thank you, Newcastle, for fixing that. Controversial, but I'm giving Forest a 3. Now, the concept of this shirt not having a main sponsor, in theory, is amazing. I feel like some clubs and some designs would pull it off amazingly, and it would be up in the upper echelon of the kits. However, they haven't really played around with the fact that they have that free real estate with any kind of pattern or design. The sleeves and the trims and everything around the collar and the bottom of the sleeves, it's very basic, and there's not enough going on for me there for it to be interesting to give it a higher rating. The fact that there is no big sponsor in the middle is really cool. However, because of the lack of exploration, it looks more like a training kit to me. Southampton, I'm giving an 8.5 out of 10. I really like this one. I think this is a really, really nice kit. A bit like Man City, it is centralized, and again, a bit like Man City, there's more that you can do when stuff is centralized, and Southampton have done that much better than Man City. Like, the sponsors and everything work in the middle. They've got the black trim around the neck, and then you've got this big dominant stripe down the middle with a black trim either side, which I think really helps. But then, on the lighter part, you've got these intricate little triangular patterns going on, and I feel like it really, really brings out the kit. They've also got this little swish thing going on atop the shoulders, and the sleeves are separate from the main design as well. Now, maybe if the bottom sleeve trim was the black, maybe it'd bump up to a 9 for me, but I think this is a really, really nice kit this year. Spurs, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. They have some really, really nicely well done trims on the sleeves as well as the collar area as well. They have the matching colour scheme of the sleeve sponsor, the Nike badge, and their own badge. Now, this is one where, for once, having a different coloured main sponsor being red, I feel actually really works for them. And it brings out the rest of the kit and gives that pop of colour that it feels like maybe it needs. And so, whilst it is a little bit basic, it's a lot better than some of the other completely basic ones with those trims and everything like that. So, that's why I'm rating it a little bit higher. West Ham, 3.5 out of 10. I love the colour scheme. I like the trims, even though they are a bit big. The fact that things match up, the Betway logo suits the kit massively. What is this? What have you done? I really, it just doesn't look good to me at all, and it completely ruins the rest of the shirt because your eye is drawn to that, and when that happens, you want it to look good, and in my opinion, this does not. So, unfortunately, I'm ranking them pretty low. And Wolves, I'll give a 6 out of 10. I feel like the colour of Wolves' kit is just biased towards me because I really, really like it. And so that's automatically going to make it a little bit higher for me. But I like the simplicity of the sponsors and everything having the same colour scheme. The little trim around the neck, I feel, is pretty good, as well as the bottom of the sleeves. It's not the most intricate kit in the world, but I feel like it is one of the better of the basic kits. So there we go, those are my ratings for each of the Premier League home kits this season. As I said before, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I want to know what you think is the best and what is the worst. Did you massively disagree, or did you agree with a lot of my thoughts? I am really intrigued to see everyone else's, and we are going to be doing away and third kit videos exactly the same as this. So, if you want to, hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.